One act of random kindness is all you need to set your life on the right track. When you are doing something good, whether you are praying or you are meditating, you don't need to bring any calculations. You don't need to remind yourself, or you don't need to remember, or you don't need to note down how many times you are praying per day, or how many hours or minutes you are meditating. There is no need. One who is on the path doesn't care about the calculations. He is just in it and he is enjoying the journey. You will stop enjoying the journey the day you will start calculating. Calculating is ugly. It is a work of the head, and the heart doesn't know anything about calculations. In this podcast, I have shared many such insights with a beautiful story that I am sure if you are a meditative being, you will like it. So let's begin. A few days ago, something significant happened. I stay on the top floor, and every morning around 60 pigeons would come on my open big terrace, simply because I would feed them with a lot of healthy grains, just out of love, just because I love birds a lot. But yesterday a woman came and said, I stay on the first floor and I could see many birds, especially pigeons, flying from all directions towards your terrace. And they shit a lot, and all of it is causing me a problem. We are suffering because you are feeding the pigeons. I can see her eyes, and I can tell that this woman is not going to understand anything that I speak. And so I simply said, so then I have to stop feeding them. If that is what you wish, then be it so. For many days after this incident, the birds would come and wait for their food. But what can I do? Society is like this. When you live in a society, you have to follow the society norms, else the society will label you, and on the other hand, then the same society will go on giving lectures on how much they love the animals and birds and how we all should care for them. Society is a bunch of hypocrites. Every morning when I see the birds coming and waiting for some food, I feel helpless. I tell them it is not me who has stopped offering them their food. It is this fake society that has absolutely no interest in genuine act of kindness, but is more interested in a hypocrite, in a show-off act that has absolutely no substance to it. The woman who has stopped me is going to be cursed by the poor birds. Not me. I have nothing to do with what is going to happen to her and her family. She herself has caused harm by her own ignorance, and what goes around comes back to you. It is the law of the cosmic universe. It is the law of karma, and there is absolutely no doubt about it. She may be visiting temples and she may do many pujas and many rituals, but she will face difficulties because she has stopped someone from having food. Food, which is the very source of our physical existence. Then no matter whether you are a human or a bird or an ant, food remains the source of life. And by stopping the very source of life, this woman has invited many miseries into her life. Soon she will realize when the tables will start turning against her. This woman will face many difficulties and she will go to many places to find a solution, but nothing will work because the basic essence is not understood. The basic essence is to live your life by not being self centered, but by being more of a giver, by being more understanding towards others. Always remember, let understanding be the only law of your life. But understanding is not taught in any universities or colleges. Understanding comes only through your own self realization, through your own self inquiry. And Buddha says, true love is born out of understanding. It is only when your understanding becomes deeper that you can truly love. Then you can understand. Then you can forgive. Then you can find peace, happiness, and bliss. Then you can live in the true sense. But the shallow mind cannot understand. And this is what is happening with every person who is behind the big picture and big things. When God is to be found only in the small things, the most simple things. Simple man, simple woman, and they look beautiful because beauty is in your simplicity. And simplicity is born out of innocence. And innocence is possible only when you are following the truth. Many of you, and I say it specifically to all my close followers and listeners, you are making such silly mistakes. Nobody is going to tell you this because everybody wants to have more likes, more upvotes. But I am telling you, only a real friend can tell you the hard truth, and only the one who can tell you the hard truth is your real friend. Small things, understand this. This is significant. Small things. Now, what was this woman's problem? That some grains from the top floor were falling in her garden. That's all. But for that, she stopped a noble act, an act of offering food to the starving birds. Now, who is responsible for their starvation? Tell me. And this is how karma is born, piece by piece, grain by grain. This is how you go on shaping your karma. And then when life goes against you, you start running from one pandit to the other pandit, from one astrologer to the other astrologer. And let me tell you, not a single person can help you simply because you have shut all the doors of possibility through your own selfishness, through your own self-centered attitude. That day, I humbly accepted her request. But I was perfectly aware that she herself is digging her own grave by stopping someone from feeding the innocent birds. Birds. I love birds. And let me tell you all that I feed birds out of love. Never I have thought of what planets will be empowered by feeding the birds. When there is no agenda to your act of random kindness, then God showers love upon you. Then who is bothered about planets and stars when God Himself is with you? There is one beautiful story, the story of the birds. There was a young man. He must be like me. He loved birds, and so every early morning he would go to the seashore and offer grains, and many birds would come and they would sing and dance and merry-go around him. And it was a joyous moment for the young man. Slowly the birds became his friends. Now they would come and sit on his shoulders, sing to his ears, and now it became a family. Days passed and every morning the birds would wait for his arrival, and he would wait for their arrival. It was a lover's paradise. If at all anything was there, then it was love and just love. One day, the young man's father said, Mohan, I have heard that every morning when you go to the seashore for your morning walk, many beautiful birds come to play with you. Will you bring one bird for me to play? Mohan said, Let me try. The next morning, Mohan comes to the seashore, but something strange happens. The birds come, but they don't come close to him. They fly high in the sky. They chirp, they sing, but they seem to stay away from Mohan. You know why? Because the birds could sense that this man is not our man, that this man has come today with some agenda. He is not the person that we had known, that we have loved, that we have been friends with. This person is not our Mohan. This person seems to be a new Mohan, a Mohan who has come with some purpose, with some agenda, with some goal to appease someone. And so Mohan moved his hands high in the air. He jumped, he called them, but not a single bird came closer to him. Love happens only when there is no agenda. God happens only when there is no agenda. But people are misled. People are told to do something to get something. And when you go with an agenda, nothing ever happens for good. And so I appeal and insist to all my genuine followers and listeners to do something out of love, pure love. Love is happy when it is able to give something. Ego is happy when it is able to take something. And so I am the only person who is going to tell you something that probably nobody has ever told you. Feed the birds, feed the dogs, feed the cats, feed the fishes. But when you do so, do not do it for getting something in return. And then such questions that the questioner has asked will never arise. But who wants to listen? Truth is fiercely opposed, condemned, and ridiculed. And yet it is the truth that always remains. Always. The mind has its own propaganda. The mind is a dealer. The mind wants something in return. The heart is simply happy to give. And I would like you all to become the followers of your heart. And followers of heart are always in minority. And yet it is these followers of heart who makes this human world a better place to live. Why do we feed birds for a certain purpose? Why can't we feed the birds or any animal out of love? Just love. And when you do so, let me tell you all from the bottom of my heart, you never ever have to worry about any planet or star. Everything will be done for you. God will always be with you. When you do a certain act of goodness without any agenda, without any goal in your mind. Interestingly, the Bible or any holy scripture never says figure it out for yourself, because you don't have to figure it out. God will do it for you. All you have to do is to surrender yourself totally to your Lord, and then the real journey begins. Then there is a song to it, then there is a music to it, a certain rhythm, a certain depth to it. Society says don't feed birds on your terrace. Society says don't feed stray dogs. Society says don't give shelter to stray dogs because that causes us a certain uncomfortableness. Now, this is a well calculated thought that you should help others only by safeguarding your comfortability. Perfect hypocrisy. And then the same society comes on your television, in your newspapers, and gives you all a nice goody lectures on how we should love animals. Society is fake. Society would never want you to become wise. The society succeeds the day your center goes into a coma and your circumference remains functioning. Then you become a robot, a machine. Society will always try to dictate you, but you should find your way out. It is not about fighting with the society, that would be utterly foolish. It has more to do with finding your own self, your own center. And meditation is all about getting to the center of yourself. Once you are rooted within your center, nothing from the outside can move you. So come you all and move towards your center by turning inwards, by moving within, by becoming more and more meditative. Act of random kindness is possible only through a man or a woman who is becoming more and more meditative. Such an act is blessed by the grace of the Lord. You do something good without having any thoughts of getting anything in return, and that's a saintly act. If we all do one act of random kindness, we might just set the world towards the right direction. And I would love to see you all moving towards your heart, because it is only through the heart that a selfless act of kindness can randomly happen. And whenever it happens, watch my words, remember my words, the heavens will fall upon you. God will come to your help, but only when there is no selfish interest, when there is absolutely no agenda to your act of giving. Truth has no agenda. Love has no agenda. And so I would love to see you doing good things without having any agenda, without having any selfish interest, without having any expectations. Only then your act will reach to the heavens, and only then your prayers will be answered. When you do something out of love and not out of the calculative mind. Get out of your head and get into your heart. Think less and feel more. Life is less of logic and more of love. Whenever you do anything out of love, there is a certain grace to it, a certain fragrance to it. Many have come and many have left. Almost all these were logical heads that made only a lot of noise and nothing else. Knowledge is noisy, and truth can only be found in a deep silence. So close your eyes, and I say to you all, spend some time in meditation. Every early morning, sit down in a closed room, close your eyes and meditate for 20 minutes. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on your breathing. Listen to the melody of your breathing and stay in deep meditation. The whole story of life is between these two actions. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you have realized this truth, then soon the story will be revealed to you. You yourself would start realizing which frame of your life need to be edited, rectified, and then the story of your life will start blossoming into something so beautiful that you would never have had imagined. This is how it all happens. This is the way of its happening. Always remember, and I say it to all my close followers, you are the sculptor of your own life. If you want to change your life, you have to start changing yourself. But the old cannot change itself. You cannot change yourself. For that, you have to allow change to happen. For that, you have to first surrender to your Lord in totality. The way towards transformation goes through the devoted act of living your life in total surrender and in total acceptance. A man who accepts all that life provides with a sense of gratitude becomes the Buddha. Feed the birds, feed the poor, but do it without any agenda, without any expectations, and then see how life starts blossoming into a beautiful flower. Love is the way, and love has no expectations. Absolutely no expectations. The answer is in one line, and I say it to you all. Everything will work when you do something not out of expectations but out of love. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.